everybody? Welcome back to In the Pit with Steve. I am the czar of the Circle Pit, Steve, and we are doing a viewer request today. This is for the band Band-Maid with the song Hate? It's got a question mark. I have never heard of this band before, but somebody left a comment telling me that I should check it out. And like I say in the description of every video, if you leave a comment about a song that you think that I may like and I haven't heard it before, it goes on the list. And so now it's finally time to check it out. I'm going in totally blind. All I did was grab, they suggested which song and specific video to check out. So I grabbed that and that was it. I didn't check Wikipedia. I didn't do anything else. So I'm going in completely blind. I'm going to assume it's probably a heavier band because so far I have pretty much only done videos covering heavier bands. So that's going to be my guess, but I truly do not know. My dog has shown up to assist me here. He's ready to go as well. Maybe he's a big fan. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's listening to in his spare time when I'm not around. But without any further ado, let's get in the pit with Band-Maid. Japanese, so subtitles will help. Yeah, so before it sounds like it's probably about to hit into the chorus or something like that. All right, so all girl group, seemingly from Japan. I'm going to assume they're speaking Japanese, so I have to imagine Japanese-based band, drawing a pretty sizable crowd. So they obviously have a pretty decent following. Definitely not what I expected. I figured this was gonna be like full-on metal. Well, it is, but this is more like classic heavy metal, like something that would not be out of place in the 80s. Something that's more akin to an Iron Maiden or a Judas Priest, rather than something that's like, some of the other stuff we've covered on this channel recently, like really slamming breakdown heavy stuff. They can really play. Guitar player definitely has some presence. Vocalist is on point. I'm really digging her voice. She's got a good sound. She's got kind of like that classic rock kind of sound to her voice. Let's see. So I'm curious to see where they go with the chorus here. So I'm assuming that's probably what we're building into. Yep. They are really tight. Their drummer is really in the pocket, especially when she was coming back into that verse with that hi-hat groove. That was really nice. Vocalist is, it's hard to say if she's the star of the show. I mean, she's got a great voice. The hook is catchy. Obviously, it's a little tough to have a catchy hook in a language that's not your native language. You can, until you really learn what they're actually saying, you kind of only like hum along to it, but it's very good. Guitar tone is excellent. Bass tone is excellent. They are a well-produced band. Absolutely. I'm really curious to see how long they've been playing together. I can't pinpoint age. I don't think that this is like a baby metal situation where they're like teenagers. I mean, maybe it's possible that one of them is. The singer honestly looks you know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I mean, she looks like she's probably in her late 20s, early 30s. So I don't know if they've been around for quite some time, or if maybe I'm just totally thrown off, but they're a well-oiled band. I was definitely not expecting this. This is pretty good. I like it. You know, obviously very different than some of the stuff we've been listening to on the channel to this point. But hey, you know, the fact that I've only done really metal reactions up until this point is just kind of a coincidence. It's not going to stay that way forever. I listened to a little bit of everything. It was just, you know, I kind of needed to catch up on some metal stuff. But I dig this. This is like, it's hard to say because I don't know when this song is from. But there obviously was that trend that was going around some time ago of bands trying to emulate that 70s hard rock proto metal sound. Probably the best known example here in the States would be Greta Van Fleet. Sorry. And I think that Band-Maid is probably similar-ish to that, but they aren't trying. I think Greta Van Fleet, at least on their initial wave of songs, that first album, I think they really were trying pretty hard to sound like a Led Zeppelin tribute act. I think Band-Maid, on the other hand, has that sound of a classic band, but it just kind of strikes us as a little bit more genuine. Like this is just kind of what they're into. This is just kind of what they want to play. It doesn't really seem like they're trying too hard. Maybe they are. I haven't seen like promotional material or anything like that. Maybe that's like their shtick or something like that. But at least from what I can tell from this seems like, hey, we got together as a group and this is just kind of what came out. You don't get a lot of bass solos. Very nice. I'm going to assume that they are small women. Those guitars look massive compared to their frame, especially that bass. I'm curious if this part is because it's a live performance or if this is actually part of the recorded track. Right on. All right, let's back it up a minute so we can talk about the drums, because we always talk about the drums. There were a couple of shots of that drummer's kit. There we go. That should be. Oh, lost it there. Ah, go back. There we go. Okay. So a couple of thoughts real quick before they go out of my mind. Overall, I thought the track was really good, and I'll break down my thoughts further in my final thoughts. There's a couple of moments where it lost me a little bit. I don't know if it was because this is a live version and they were differentiating from the recorded version, but there were a few parts during the bass solo, the first part of the bass solo, for me as a drummer, and I've played in bands where we wrote solos into songs, you really need to take a step back. And I think that she was a little bit overplaying during the first part of that bass solo, and it was pulling you away from the solo because it's diverting your attention. That's just a personal pet peeve. A lot of people may have no problem with it whatsoever. A lot of people may not notice, but me, coming from a drum background, I've always had the belief, hey, if we're having a solo in the song, whether it's a guitar solo or a bass solo, it's a solo for them. It's to put them on the board. You know, you need to take a step back and just kind of play, you know, maintain the rhythm, maintain the beat, you know, that kind of thing. And there's a couple of guitar parts where she was getting like really noodly on it, that it was just like, does this really line up with what they're trying to do? I kind of wish she would just, you know, stick with that riff for a little bit longer instead of just trying to mess around. But again, having not heard the studio version, that could have just been, she was screwing around for fun in a live situation. But overall, very, very tight band. So drum wise, she's a Zildjian player, got the K hi-hats. K series stuff is always really nice. I always, in my mind, I've always equated the K series of Zildjian stuff to jazz. But you see plenty of rock players playing around with it. In terms of her actual kit, I didn't see any badging there. I can't imagine she has like the company logo on her kick if they're playing arenas this size. I'm just gonna mute it while I jog through this a little bit so we don't have random bursts of sound coming at us. Geez, is there really not? I guess there might not have been a camera angle that really had her kit front and center. Yeah. Maybe this close up. Yeah, it's just got the band's name. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of Japanese drummers, you know, oh wait, it's, is that a Tama kit? I'm sorry, I have another monitor over here. Is that a Tama kit? It's either Tama or Yamaha. I think it might be, I think that's too many letters for Tama. So I think that might be a Yamaha kit. You know, obviously you see a lot of drummers use Japanese brands. Yamaha's Japanese brand, Pearl. So I was just kind of curious to see what it is, see what they're doing, just because, you know, that's what I like. Let's talk about their outfits for a second. This was something I commented on in the Kitty video I did recently, where it's nice to see bands look like bands. I get so tired of seeing bands just dressed in jeans and a t-shirt and doing a performance video. And obviously this is a live video, so it is just straight performance, but it's nice to see a band look like a band, put a little bit of effort into what you're wearing, put a little effort into your stage presence. The band's moving around a lot, and I get that not every band can do that. Not every band has the budget for wireless stuff. Not every band has the budget for costuming and getting custom clothes made or anything like that. But, you know, I think from the fact that, you know, it is music and it is creative, but it's also a business. And if you want to be successful, you do it to market yourself. And it's nice to see bands actually look like bands. But yeah, I'll be back in just a moment with some final thoughts. All right, so we are doing pretty well on viewer suggestions so far. I think the couple that I've done have been fantastic. So you guys are bringing the heat. So keep them coming. I would love to get exposed to new bands. So let's do, now that we are into our final thoughts here, let's see, are these guys big enough to have a Wikipedia page? They are. Japanese rock band formed in 2013. It's actually not around as long as I thought. Band combines a rock sound with a maid image modeled on Japanese maid cafes. You can kind of put two and two together. Although in that performance, only one of them really had the straight up full on maid outfit. The other girls in the group were kind of like variations on a theme. So let's see here. Are they a like put together band? No, they are actually a legit band. They're not put together by a record label. It looks like. That's awesome. Cool. It's nice to see that. So yeah, they are, looks like they're doing pretty well. Yeah, they got a whole image section here on their Wikipedia. Oh, this gets a little weird. They refer to their male fans as masters and their female fans as princesses. Their concerts are called servings. The band's cute and submissive maid appearance is meant to contrast with their aggressive rock style. All right. Yeah. I can take it or leave that. Singer is fantastic. Absolutely great. Saiki Yatsumi, looks like the name of the singer according to this. Several albums. Been a little bit since the last one, 2021. Unseen World. So how old is the song that we listened to? Let's see here. Well, we're going back several years at this point. Onto their 2017 album now. Is this just an older song? I can't find it. I must have completely missed it. All right. Yeah, I thought it was very enjoyable. Very good. So where were they were at Yokohama Arena. Okay, yeah, so that's a big arena there. So yeah. This was great. I really enjoyed this. And maybe we'll check out some more Band-Maid in the future, but for now, that's going to do it for me, and I'll see you again real soon.